Jeff, do you have a lot of leaves in your house?
Constantly. It is, yeah. I leave my back doors open pretty much all the time, and it's just this nonstop cavalcade of leaves blowing in.
Well, thankfully, Hitbox Games has Dustforce, where you can just hire some people to come in with some brooms, and they can just fix it for you.
I have a lot of carpet. Is that gonna? I mean, brooms.
I don't. No. Well, DLC.
Okay. All right.
Carpet-based products later coming, just like the level editor in this game. But for the now, if you are in your backyard, don't worry, we have this solved.
Okay,
but this is this is Dustforce. It was a game submitted to the IGF last year. It's drawn a lot of comparisons to Super Meat Boy, largely I think because you jump from thing to thing and you kind of cling along to the sides of objects.
Seems like N a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit like N. It's also in the same vein as Super Meat Boy and N. It's really, really difficult. This is a game where most of the levels, I haven't done the math, but I would say probably half or a good chunk of them are only available if you S rank each stage, which opens up keys for you. So there is heavy incentive in order to go back and play these levels, but I have found I am not very good at this game. But it is really neat.
It looks awesome.
The game is all about momentum. So you have this combo meter in the bottom left-hand corner. You have heavy and light attacks. For example, those little floating objects. I messed that up, but yeah, a lot of it is jumping. So you have to hold up. There we go. The game is all, just like Super Meat Boy, all about momentum. You are just trying to keep going without stopping. So you can keep that combo meter going. You also have a timer in the bottom of the screen. When you hit these objects, it can produce additional leaves. So to get that combo meter going, and to get that full-on meter, you're trying to keep that all going. And
okay.
So it judges you here at the end, and so I got A, but I did not get S, so I did not unlock the keys. And so you'll see like,
harsh.
it's really tough. And so you'll see like all the people on the top in the leaderboards clearly all have S's.
Yeah.
Does that say there's plenty that you can do without getting access to that? But one of the things I liked about Super Meat Boy is that if you wanted to go explore the super hard secret stuff, it was there. You just were going to die over and over in your attempts to go through the dark world.
Yeah.
The game also has several different characters.
It has a force.
Yes.
Here.
Let's see.
Is there any differences in?
There are. Like so, you'll see. This girl's much faster. Okay. And she has a triple jump as opposed to a double jump. So they each kind of have their own, but she also can't reach as far with her attacks.
Okay.
So yeah, again, like Super Meat Boy, there are stages where you can go through all of them with the main character, but there are advantages to perhaps selecting other ones. And I end up just usually just going back to the main guy. He just feels the most balanced, but I can definitely see where you'd be in situations where you'd want to switch over to some of the other guys. And in fact, when you play two-player in some of the multiplayer stages, you get access to a whole host of 4 other guys who have basically opposite mechanics.
Weird.
In the sense that, so when you're playing as these 4, you are collecting all the leaves, and that's powering it up. When you're playing multiplayer as the other 4 characters, you are laying down the leaves, and you are trying to run across the areas that don't have them. And then as that count meter goes up, you can execute these sort of special moves that allow you to take out some of the more difficult enemies. But so in that situation, in order to get the S rank, you have to make it all the way to the end with that big combo. Right. That guy takes out your combo, then you are basically boned. But then you can also, these guys help you boost that combo. To take out that guy is kind of rough. Probably do it. Let's see. Maybe I can get my combo up. Can't. Okay. But what you want to have at the end is if you have your super move, it takes that dude out in one hit.
Right.
It takes up it's an area of attack.
Combo your way there, then
you combo your way there so that you don't end up having to get into this weird combo battle with the giant bear, which allows you to maintain that combo and get to the S rank.
Huh.
It's a really interesting game.
Yeah.
When it was on the IGF, it was super simple, but they basically redid all the art, and now it's a game that's on PC. It's coming to Mac. You could pretty easily see how this would be a good fit on an XBLA or PSN, but as far as I know, they haven't said anything about that.
Yeah.
You have these worlds. You're kind of going around. You can talk to dudes, but really the tome of levels is kind of the way So you can just come up and
Oh,
you can
okay.
just
So you
pull
don't
up this
have to-
cycle
yeah, right,
thing. So
yeah.
you have an environment that you can jump around to, and in order to grab keys that allow you to get to different areas, you'll need to jump around. But basically, at the end of the day, if you just want to play some levels, there's nothing.
You
to
just
gain.
go there and just start. And go.
So yeah, you know, these are the locked ones. So if you don't have these silver and gold keys, I'm not good enough, so I haven't gotten the S stuff, so I don't know exactly how that stuff works out. But there is a ton of stuff that even if from my perspective I know I'm not good enough and don't have the time to get well enough at this game to really invest in this stuff.
Yeah.
There is a lot here that rewards players that do want to go down that path.
Okay.
So there seems to be
They're locking some stuff out, but not
yeah,
all
and
of it.
we're not talking about, you know, a $30, $40 game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price is on Steam right now because they've been doing some sales, but it's you know, no more than $10, and so you're getting a lot for your money, and it's a really neat game. It controls really well. You know, that's the other kind of thing to Super Meat Boy. It feels very tight.
Good,
and
tight control.
When you're getting in the momentum, it feels incredibly rewarding because you feel like you've accomplished that, and the game is kind of guiding you to that path.
Right. Neat.
Let's see. I think this guy he's heavier, so he kind of glides in the air longer, and I think he can jump further distances. You also have a boost. But it just looks really cool as you're jumping around because in addition to going from one platform to the other, you're jumping up, jumping down. It's got a really nice soundtrack too. Ooh.
Oh, that.
I've definitely not gotten down the balance between, because if you double jump, actually no, I think this guy doesn't have a double jump. Yeah, it does. If you double jump, then you can't boost. But there are times where you would actually rather boost than double jump. So like I can boost there, and that glided me far enough. A lot of times you'll want to boost when you're going off of a ledge, because again, a lot of this game is timing based, so you're running against the clock, and so it actually is to your advantage to just allow the character to boost as opposed to allowing that float to occur. So like there, I was able to just move across.
Just want to keep
going. It's all about that momentum. And so I mean, there's plenty that you can do. That's again like even though I'm not going to end up with a terrific score here, I'm like that was really cool what I just did. Yeah. And every other time I've done that took me 20 tries. So I'm feeling pretty good about this quick look right now that I was able to pull that off while talking about it. But yeah, so you get to the end stage and you've got this super move, and then you can take that out. You've maintained your combo, and that is sort of clutch in order to make all that stuff happen.
Right.
And it guides you on completion, finesse, and completion is you gathering all the leaves, which is why some of those static leaves in the air you want to do a heavy attack against, because that makes them explode. And depending on the direction you hit them in, you want it to kind of go along the path that you're already going on, so that you can gather those and you can catch the leaves, and you can add that to your completion percent.
That's
finesse. I'm not totally sure what that apply. My guess is that is just combos, not dying. You know, getting through a section is without having to go back and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of metrics it's grading you on, and there's a lot going on. But the levels are pretty short. So like if you're messing up, it's not like we're talking about a whole lot of time before you
just
have
to
to
get
go
back in and do it again. Or
yeah. So as you go through, I mean, you don't need to get the S ranks to see all the different worlds. I can pull up one of the castle stages over here. I'm up through the second world, I think. Or maybe I do have to be. Okay, so maybe these are all. Yeah. Okay. These are all the other stages that I have not unlocked in the Forest realm specifically.
Okay.
So that doesn't.
You got to go to the castle and find another book there.
Yeah. So if I go. In a lot of the way the game, it just doesn't come across when you're looking at the game, but when you're playing it, in order to get the guy to go up, if you just run at the wall, you're not going to get anything accomplished. So a lot of the game is some real finesse with the control to guide the characters up and around, and you can pull up some really crazy moves, because as long as you're maintaining momentum, the game will kind of just let you keep running around the world.
Okay.
So you can like see how you can kind of just dash along the wall, and so you can pretty quickly see how this game can get pretty crazy, and in the hands of the right people, like this game could be completely nuts. So let's show one of the other castle areas, like A and S. So apparently I did really great in this stage.
Huh.
And it also changes based on the world what exactly you're dusting up.
So
in this one, yeah, it's actually dust in this real creepy castle.
Yeah.
So if you do that, maintain that,
blast the dust over to the wall, and
yeah.
Okay.
So that maintains that. So it becomes this sort of like a, I guess a gamble. I'm sure like eventually there will be, you know, runs that explain exactly how the dynamics of it play out best for you to get the rank. Because you could imagine, is it worth getting that extra dust from fighting that dude, or is it worth the time in order to just move on? See, and I'm doing this wrong because traditionally when you're playing a platformer, I'm just going to sacrifice my time.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm just going to jump. But you see, it's so slow when you're jumping. And that would be balanced out with the purple girl, but instead you're actually encouraged to
run up the walls there.
To run up the walls, and you can see how you can basically make...
That is a neat mechanic. Wow.
Yeah. And
wall running, yeah.
Yeah, and it only would work if it was extremely responsive. It can be really frustrating because it basically it's asking you to have a lot of finesse to really understand how really the controls work on a very fundamental level. But it's so rewarding when you can pull off those crazy moves, or you're just doing even just simple stuff like this, and you're just when you play this in another platform where, you know, that would have taken, you know, 3 times the amount of time, and it's
all
just
the wall jumps and everything.
The game allows you to be extremely efficient if you're skilled at understanding, and so this is a section where you want to boost across, and that gets your combo meter up real fast. And so you get the balance between the double jumps and ooh. Oh. You get all those guys, and then you've made it through the stage. That's nice. You know, the game gets more complicated than that. It involves, you know, there's more to it, but that's, you know, sort of the basic thing. And the nice thing is it actually comes with a multiplayer mode too.
Yeah, why don't we give the
and I should say I'm playing with this a 360 controller. It comes with native gamepad support. Reading other people that are playing the game, they swear by the keyboard controls, so there may be something to that. There are people that, you know, prefer the analog precision of touching a button like that, but I have vastly preferred using the Xbox 360 controller, and it's worked out really well. So let's jump in there.
Okay, so
you should be synced up, right?
Yeah.
So if you hit start or A, you should warp in. There you are. So you'll see you are actually, if you get to some of the grass area, you are actually laying it. So the base controls are A to jump, X to do a light attack, Y to do a heavy attack. Right trigger is your boost. Left trigger does like a taunt, but as far as I know, that's just for mucking around.
Yeah.
And if you press, so now you have a full meter. If you press X and Y at the same time, you do your, I'm gonna fuck with you.
All right.
So a lot of the game, this is sort of the dynamic the game sets up, where in multiplayer, you are forced to kind of chase each other, because in order to get sort of the kill moves, you need to follow the other person in order to fill up your meter.
Right.
So you can hit people into to pit areas if you get in with your regular moves, but you're kind of encouraged to get these crazy moves in order to sort of guarantee that you're going to. Let's see, 5.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So we'll jump into the first mode. So King of the Hill is so you have 4 different characters, and they all have the same basic functionality of being a complete opposite to the way my mechanics work, but all the buttons work the same. And
looks like this actually supports up to 4 players too.
This game can get super crazy, especially when you're thinking about you have these 2 polar opposite dynamics of the mechanics happening. It really forces players to interact on a level that doesn't always happen with,
Right.
with multiplayer games where you're just kind of all playing the same thing. So let's see. I haven't played any of these stages, so I tried this one, I think. So in this one, King of the Hill, it's basically these little nodes, right? So the one to your right, you just want to whack that.
Oh.
So if you hit that, if you keep hitting it, then now you've gotten one.
Okay.
Ooh. So then this is, you can clearly see how anyone that better understands how the platform mechanics work, you can basically try and keep you away. Whoa. And I fucking loved N+. That was absolutely one of my favorite platformers this gen. For the very same reason that I like games like this where it's just ultra demanding, no compromises.
It just feels good. I mean, even just down here, just sliding back and forth on these little slopes, like just the momentum of sliding down these hills and launching yourself off of them is pretty awesome.
And you just feel really in control.
Yeah.
There is, there's a lot of sliding around going, but at no point does it feel like once you become situated with it that you don't have complete control over your character and where he's bouncing around to. You defeated me. So there's King of the Hill, and then
Dust is stronger than not dust.
Apparently so. I actually would just straight up agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
In reality. All right, I'll try to grab.
Oops.
Oh, you can
No,
go.
no, you go.
You pick. I haven't seen it.
All right.
I haven't seen any of these. So
All right.
we're equal level.
Last stop.
That seems appropriate. Oh God. So survival, yeah. So we're up here, and so in order to get these things, you basically have to.
Well,
I guess.
All right.
I don't even know.
Are we just trying to knock each other off?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're also, it's like in addition to knocking each other off.
If we dusted or if we
Yes.
changed the world, we'd build up that combo meter and then
Yes.
definitely knock each other off. Oh, risky move.
Oh. And anytime you're touching the other areas that are like non-dust, then you're losing your meter. So, you're oh man!
Oh.
Is it like Super Smash Brothers where you're like, it looks like I'm out, but then just come falling back to earth? Wasn't enough. I guess I need to get you to the edge.
Oh. Darn. I don't like it's a ruse, man.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
Ah! But that's like because you have the boost and the double jump, you sort of have these options in front of you to try and bait people into like, okay, well they're gonna dash all the way across, which is gonna allow me to pull up my meter, and then hopefully when they come to the corner where they've been trying to meet up with me, I can just execute.
Oh. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I put you up. Oh.
Oh, did that actually? I think that counted.
Yeah, that did. I think I got you. That is a Smash Brothers mechanic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Come on.
Oh.
It's hard because as I'm like dusting the world here, like I'm just giving you more space to undust it.
Oh man, punched you in the wrong direction. So you can quickly imagine how 4 players would be just.
Yeah. Any online at all, or?
It seems local only now, but they are in the main menu. There's also a level editor. So this is a product that is it's going to keep getting supported. And they're a really tiny team, and they're just getting started. So, but this is a real promising start if this is the kind of thing that you're producing right off the bat. Come on! Oh, they get you.
No, we're good.
Oh.
No.
Got one more life here too. Yep. Oh, all right. Here we go.
All right.
Sudden death. Just gonna hang out up here.
Go.
Oh. That is game, and that game is Dustforce.
Awesome.
It's available now on Steam. There's a PC version. There's a Mac version coming. And yeah, it's a tiny developer just getting started, and it seems like a really neat game, full featured, more stuff coming, and it's not very expensive. So, highly recommend you check it out. And thanks for taking a look at that with me, Jeff.
Anytime.